ever since Hailuo 2.3 launched, its insane demos have been all over the internet, so I decided to put it to the test and compare it with the current king of AI video generation, Sora 2 Pro. Test 1. For this test, I used Higgsfield since it gives me access to both Sora 2 Pro and Hailuo 2.3 in one place. I used a simple yet cinematic prompt, a close-up shot of eyes reflecting a burning city in the background. A short but visually intense concept, perfect for testing realism and motion. First, I selected Sora 2 Pro with 720p resolution and started the generation. Then I switched to MiniMax Hailuo 2.3, selected 1080p resolution, and set the video length to 6 seconds. In Higgsfield, Hailuo 2.3 currently supports image-to-video generation, so I uploaded an image, clicked Animate, and generated the clip. The result was honestly really impressive. Hailuo 2.3 perfectly matched the composition and emotion of the original image with smooth animation and a cinematic feel. Meanwhile, Sora 2 Pro's text-to-video output looked more realistic overall, especially in lighting, skin texture, and camera motion. I also tested Hailuo 2.3's text-to-video mode on its official website, but that result felt a bit average, likely because I used 720p quality. So here's my quick verdict. When it comes to text-to-video, Sora 2 Pro clearly comes out on top with its more realistic visuals, detailed rendering, and natural motion. However, for image-to-video generation, Hailuo 2.3 takes the win with better prompt accuracy, smoother animation, and results that stay much closer to the original image. Test 2. Dragon in the City. For this test, I wanted to create an epic cinematic scene, a giant dragon chasing sports cars through a futuristic city, with the camera following everything in one continuous shot, starting from the ground and rising into the air. Let's see how both models handled it. First up, Sora 2 Pro, and wow, the result looks absolutely stunning. I used the 1080p quality setting and the scene came out beautifully. Dynamic motion, detailed lighting, and smooth camera transitions. It really captured that movie-like intensity I was going for. Now moving to Hailuo 2.3. It also did a pretty solid job, maintaining good consistency across the scene and keeping the dragon and cars aligned throughout the chase. The animation felt fluid, though slightly less cinematic than Sora's version. So overall, Sora 2 Pro once again delivers a more polished, realistic, and cinematic output. Test 3. For this test, I wanted to push both models even further. The concept was to show a TikTok dancer performing spins on a flying drone, hovering above a futuristic city skyline at sunset. The camera was set to do a 360-degree orbit around the dancer in slow motion with cinematic lens flares and reflections from the skyscraper glass, a really complex motion and lighting setup. First up, Sora 2 Pro. The visuals looked great, no doubt. The lighting, reflections, and sunset tones were beautifully rendered. But when it came to motion and physics, it struggled a bit. The drone movement and the dancer's balance didn't feel entirely natural. You could tell the model had trouble understanding the physics of the spin and gravity in sync. On the other hand, Hailuo 2.3 handled it surprisingly well. The dancer's spin and movements looked smooth, controlled, and believable, and the AI captured the sense of weight and motion with much better accuracy. So for this test, Hailuo 2.3 clearly wins, especially for its realistic motion physics and clean animation flow. Test 4. For this next test, I picked a simple but very common scene, a young woman running outdoors, captured from an aerial front-facing view. This kind of shot is used a lot by AI creators, so it's a great benchmark for realism and motion accuracy. So first I tried Sora 2 Pro, but unfortunately it couldn't generate an image-to-video result because of its photorealism restrictions, which means it's out of this test. To fill that spot, I used 2.5 fast version instead, and the output was decent. The expressions stayed consistent and overall motion looked fine, though not exceptional. Then I ran the same prompt through Hailuo 2.3, and honestly, it delivered an ultra-realistic result. Smooth motion, perfect lighting, and incredible detail in the girl's expression and hair movement. It looked truly cinematic. To make things fair, I also tested Sora 2 Pro's text-to-video mode, But again, it couldn't match the realism and consistency of Hailuo 2.3. And even 2.5 performed better in this particular setup. So in this round, it's a clear win for Hailuo 2.3, delivering the most natural, photorealistic, and fluid animation of the entire test. Test 5. For this test, I wanted to create a powerful cinematic moment, showing a man running side by side with a cheetah on an Olympic track, with the camera following the motion dynamically. First up, Sora 2 Pro, and honestly, the result blew me away. It didn't just follow the prompt, it actually turned it into a mini cinematic sequence. The lighting, camera motion, and the intensity of the chase looked straight out of a movie trailer.
Explosive out of the blocks. Look at that start. Matching stride for stride. The power in every step from the athlete. The fluid grace of the cheetah. They're shoulder to shoulder down the backstretch. 20 meters to go. Neither giving an inch. Listen to this crowd. Neck and neck at the line.
Sora followed every creative detail perfectly. The pacing, the energy, the realism. Everything was on point. Now, looking at Hailuo 2.3's result, it was also really good, but it played things a bit safer. Instead of adding cinematic flair, it simply animated the image smoothly, with good motion and camera flow, but without that extra dramatic touch. So in this round, Sora 2 Pro clearly takes the win. Its output felt more dynamic, expressive, and visually cinematic, capturing the true essence of the prompt. Test 6. Alright, for this final test, I wanted to go all-out cinematic, something straight out of Zack Snyder's 300. Here's the prompt I used. A group of warriors stand on a cliff edge at dawn, facing thousands of enemies. Slow-motion arrows fly through the air, shields clash, rain and blood mix on sand. Muscular fighters shout in unison as lightning flashes behind them. Now, let's talk results. Sora 2 absolutely nailed this one. Even though I didn't use the Pro version, it captured the exact tone, motion, and lighting I imagined. That gritty, bronze-tinted, slow-motion epic look was spot on. The arrows, the rain, the dust, everything looked straight out of a Hollywood scene. Then I tested Hailuo 2.3 using its 768p version, and while the output was decent, it didn't quite deliver the same cinematic punch. The overall scene looked good composition-wise, but it lacked that dramatic atmosphere, and I noticed a few distortions and visual inconsistencies in motion. So after running multiple tests across different prompts, here's my honest takeaway. Hailuo 2.3 definitely has fewer restrictions and performs really well in image-to-video tasks, offering great quality and flexibility. But when it comes to pure creativity, cinematic realism, and emotional storytelling, Sora 2 is still ahead, especially in text-to-video generation. But I'll give credit where it's due. For dance, motion, and physics-based scenes, Hailuo 2.3 actually performs better and looks more natural. So overall, in this round, Sora 2 Pro wins for its unmatched cinematic output, while Hailuo 2.3 shows massive potential and could even catch up in future updates. And that wraps up this comparison between Sora 2 Pro and Hailuo 2.3. If you want me to do a deeper test of Hailuo 2.3, maybe with longer scenes and text-to-video generation next time, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.